Hi, my name's Jack Soul. Thanks so much for stopping by this YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Today's video is going to be all about the Chase Bliss Audio Lost and Found. This is the first multi-effects pedal from Chase Bliss. I'm super into multi-effects pedals, so this is exciting for me. In this video, we're going to be walking through the 6 different effect blocks that this pedal offers, and I'll be spending more time on the effect blocks that interest me the most. Also, stay tuned to the end of this video where I'm going to start a new segment called the Subscribers Only Conversation. You're not going to want to miss this, and I'll explain more about what this is in the conversation. So let's get on with this video. Okay, so Signal Chain is my Jazzmaster. Going into the Morning Glory, just for a little bit of overdrive. Then going into Lost and Found. Going out of Lost and Found stereo into the Mood, and then into the Iridium, and obviously stereo out to the recording interface. So here's just kind of what the overdrive sounds like. And the Mood is set up just in case I want a reverb separate from the Lost and Found, and it sounds like this. So I'll let you know when and if the Mood is on, but let's get started with the Lost and Found. So I actually think the secret weapon of this pedal is the EQ on each channel. By holding down both foot switches, the EQ is under the modify knob. And when I'm not specifying, I'm going to try and leave it right in the middle, but I love playing around with that. So let's start with the reverb. We have the slow reverb on this side, and here's what it sounds like mix at noon. Everything else ready to go. Let's boost up the mix a little bit. So time is the size, modify is the decay. And I'm going to play around with stuff the whole time. So let's put that to full wet. Just sounds so good. And let's just do same settings over at the useful ambience, which is time is size, and then modify is decay. So here's a bit of a room. Sounds really good. Let's go over to the Ensemble Expander. Yeah, there we go. what I like about the Lost and Found, just kind of like some of the other multi-effects pedals, you know, that are coming out nowadays, is they have extremely experimental sounds, but then they also have very usable sounds. Like this chorus reverb is awesome. And let me even just say, like, the response feel with this pedal, like, there's something about the effects that just feel really good. And I'm not just saying that. There's something about this pedal that just feels really lively and responsive. But anyway, let's continue. So I love this orchestral swell. We have swell time, pitch, and the alt setting is the feedback, so put that at noon as well. And here's what that sounds like. Oh, I switched it to the pitch repeater. I was gonna say. So this is octave up on the... So just breaking for 1 second. That is something that I've been doing constantly. I'll switch and forget to move the mix back down, or I'll forget to put the EQ back where it should be, or just like I forgot which is which side. It is pretty confusing, and I do have the book just on standby because it's hard to remember all of this stuff. So take that into consideration. But here's the orchestral swell with mood reverb. And this is octave up. Let's put that EQ all the way down. Okay, now we're talking. Let's move that EQ back up a little bit. This is like a lower octave. The one thing I can't quite figure out with the orchestral swell is how to get that slightly mysterious, spooky like it sounds really good. But yeah, so that's curious. I love that. Going over to the repeater, so this is pitch up. If we put the time all the way up, move the EQ back in the middle, and pitch repeater alt is number of repeats is the alt. So let's put that in the middle too. Take off the reverb from the mood. Sure, let's turn that back a bit. Okay, I like that. Let's turn the EQ down. Let's bring back the mix here. So let's try and make this into something a little bit more funky. So I think it's forever if you turn this all the way up. No, just a long time. Okay, I like that a lot. Let's put the reverb on. Now, again, I could double this section, put the reverb over here, and this pedal is capable of that, but I just decided to get the mood out just for this because I don't want to fool around with switching the sides back and forth a bunch of times. But you could get this exact sound pretty much right out of the Lost and Found. But here's what it sounds like. I'm just going to put Gen Lite into this and go left into right. Oh, that's so cool. Let's go full mix. So cool. So you could tap tempo that too. The Lost and Found is capable of tap tempo. Here comes Ping Pong Phaser, setting both alt positions back to normal. Ping Pong Phaser, rate and depth. Alt is resonance. Oops, there we go. That's just a really nice sounding phaser in my opinion, just really unique. Okay. What's phaser sound like? Completely full mix. Sounds neat. Spectral Modulator is over here. So, rate and depth. And alt is resonance again. Get the reverb off there. And let's turn up the resonance. Very interesting. Nice movement in that one. I like it. So tape echo and grain tumbler, I think we're really used to hearing. But I do want to see what the quality is like. So delay time, modifies feedback, and alt is stability. So let's set these two things right in the middle. So we want tape delay here. So we want less feedback, a little bit more length. And stability, let's just up that. Nice. Less EQ. Honestly, again, everything is just sounding so solid. A MIDI controller with this pedal would just be overpowered, in my opinion, so far. So EQ and alt back at noon, and then we'll go over to the grain tumbler, which is, again, it's a bit of a microcosm mood kind of. So if we set the time all the way up, so this will go on forever as far as I know. So you could use it kind of like the mood, but it doesn't have a freeze. And the alt is the grain shape. I haven't really noticed the big difference in this section here. Is it just the pattern that it repeats at? Okay, try and remember that. I'll change the grain shape again. Okay, so I think it's changing the pattern at which it repeats. But again, this can be so beautiful. Like if we put Orchestral Swell and just kind of with some reverb. So I like it a lot. I don't find myself using that type of effect very much. There's an effect called collage on the microcosm or chroma console. It's a lot like that. Very beautiful, but so coming on to the synth again, which is my most anticipated effect from the Lost and Found. And when you put it just off the middle into the section, I think it sounds the best. So this section here. Let's put that full mix. Up to portamento. Yeah, like, I mean, this is just a really impressive sound. So if we can turn the attack and release way up, here's what that sounds like. And just out of curiosity for this sound, I'm going to turn off the overdrive and hear it. Cool, that's even sounding even better. And yeah, I actually like it with the attack and release all the way up. This is my favorite tone mix all the way up. And here's some reverb. Oh, that's tracking so well with the overdrive. So let's turn it to a more kind of sawtooth. No, that just sounds so good. Oh, that sounds so good with the glue. These are bar chords. That's awesome. I'm so glad that I thought to turn off the overdrive, because it just cranked it up to the next level, and sounds awesome. So let's go to the Sympathetic Resonator. So we got onset, feedback, fairly high, I want, and then octave, higher octave, I would say. Let's bring some guitar back in. I like that. Let's put on some reverb. Let's bring down the EQ almost all the way. Oh, that sounds so cool. So let's do into pitch repeater. And it's just gonna go crazy, I think. But let's go resonator into pitch repeater. And it just goes into this almost feedback loop sound, and it sounds so good. And this is full mix too, no guitar. So you definitely got to know how to play to it, but so neat. So onto Ensemble Expander, which you've heard, and it sounds amazing. Here's with a bit of reverb. It can get wild too, but I just kind of like it as a chorus. A number of voices can go up here. Almost like a rotary. Bring it down for a vibrato. Less voices for that. Definitely neat. I love the chorus sound. I'm so thankful it's got it on here. And going to Gen Lite. So here's kind of how I like it. EQ down. I have the snags and crinkles all the way off. And we'll put it to just a hair on. And here's what that sounds like. Always all the way up on the mix. Yeah, it sounds really good. Here's some reverb after it. And then here's reverb before it. So again, it reminds me of the stability knob on the blooper, and it's just got an awesome old school. We can kind of create that high fidelity gen loss with the EQ up. Like, gets pretty intense pretty quick, and if you have a gen loss, you will miss being able to tweak all of this stuff yourself. But if you don't have a gen loss, this is going to be probably more than you'd ever need lo-fi wise. It's just got it going on. Lower the EQ all the way. Put it at a mild setting, and that's my favorite spot. Sounds amazing. And we showcased it a little bit before, but I'm going to put some mild reverb on here. Here's what that sounds like. A little bit more than that. You know what? Let's just put this in the middle for a second, which turns it off, and let's just turn the glue up and see what it sounds like. So it's a really compressive kind of. Here's with some reverb. It sounds amazing. I'm going to do another video on the Lost and Found, and it will be comparing the Lost and Found to the Chroma console and the Strymon Deco. I think that'll be really interesting to see those three kind of go head to head. And yeah, so stick around for the subscriber only conversation. Hey, thanks for sticking around for the first ever subscribers only conversation. This segment is going to be called The Second Round, and I'll explain a little bit more about that title in a second. But first, I just wanted to say that the subscriber only part is honor system. So if you're not subscribed yet and you want to stick around for the conversation, just hit that subscribe button and I would greatly appreciate it. So the second round is basically going to be facilitated at the end of every video, and I'll introduce a conversation, whether it's a hot take kind of thing or just something that I've been wondering about, and then I'm going to put a comment thread in the comments that's just called second round conversation. Only you guys will really know what that means, and that's where we're all going to hop in and discuss this conversation that I introduce. Feel free to introduce yourself to the others, and I just want to create a free community that we can bounce ideas off each other. And I think this is going to be an awesome segment at the end of each video, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know everyone better. So today's conversation is going to be about the title of this segment called Second Round. So this has just been an idea that's been bouncing around in my head for a little while. And the first round, as far as YouTube gear demos go, is the people that are being paid, promotionally by the company, being sent the pedal for the release date or, maybe shortly after to release a video about it, demo it. And that's the first round because they're being hired by the company, which is great. And I think that there's an awesome opportunity there for YouTube. But then the second round is kind of like me, not kind of like me, is me, where you purchase the pedal with everyone else. And then when you receive it, you put a demo online. And I actually think, for me personally, I really look for those second round videos because there's just something about the fact that, we paid for it. We fully understand what everybody else is kind of going through with the weight or with, small batch, all that kind of stuff. And we just give you an honest demo of, things we're hearing, things we love about it, maybe even things that we're not too fond of. But the second round is kind of a boxing analogy because when your stamina's up in the first round, you got everything going for you. You go out there and it's maybe a little easier to make it through the first round. But if a pedal doesn't make it through the first round, you kind of know, oh, there's something really going on there. And I can think of a few in the past, even the Nano Cortex, it just didn't quite make it through the first round, in my opinion. But I think the second round is really where, things either really excel or maybe things start to fall apart because, these creators like myself are not getting paid to advertise the product, that kind of thing. So my question today for the second round is, how much does that matter to you, whether the pedal or the gear demo is sponsored? And do you look out for those videos that specifically are part of the second round that aren't sponsored, or does it not really matter to you? I'm just curious because I'm part of the second round right now, and I think I will be for quite some time, if not forever. So I just am kind of curious on if there's an angle here that we can kind of explore the importance of these second round creators. Anyway, I'll see you in the comment section. Thanks again. And in the next segment of second round conversation, we'll talk about my top favorite comments from this conversation segment. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.